On this week's Silver Screen Report, we're checking out the C-SPAN bus, going behind the scenes with Model UN, and crossing the finish line at the annual Be a Fan 5K.
Good afternoon, Dutch Fork. Today is Friday, February 2nd, and your Silver Screen Report starts now.
C-SPAN is an unbiased news station which covers government happenings 24/7, and last Thursday the C-SPAN bus came to our school. Max Franks was there.
The C-SPAN bus visited Dutch Fork to educate students who are currently enrolled in social studies classes.
We are here today to talk to students here at Dutch Fork about our C-SPAN content that's available for them to use in the classroom. We have over 236 hours of content they can use for government, history class, AP government, honors government, it doesn't matter. They can use our content in the classroom, but also they can use it to, when they get ready to vote for the first time, they can see an unbiased, unfiltered source of information.
C-SPAN is a broadcast that gives out live information about what's going on, and they don't filter out any information. It's really important that we hear it from any kind of perspective.
C-SPAN will visit all 50 state capitals to inform high school students about the important issues of today.
So one of the things that C-SPAN does on top of just recording proceedings is they have a bus that they are sending out throughout the United States. I think their goal is to visit all 50 state capitals to look at local government and to stop by some schools. And Dutch Fork was one of those lucky schools.
By having a neutral resource that it's gavel to gavel coverage of your government, that's a good thing. It creates a sense of empowerment, a sense of being informed, and that's what we try to do. We try to inform. The importance of it's really left up to them. If they think it's important, great. If they don't, well, that's that it is what it is. But the idea is to really create that awareness.
Students enjoyed interacting with the equipment inside the bus and speaking with representatives for C-SPAN.
Well, I think we're glad to be here today. The students were a lot of fun. They're very engaged in the process. They know about what's going on with Washington. And we're also grateful to Spectrum, the cable partner, who picked this school for us to visit today.
I think the kids really enjoyed their time on the C-SPAN bus. They got to interact with some of the equipment. They got to ask questions. They got to think about media and the different viewpoints that media brings. So I think it was a great day for them.
This has been Max Franks with your Silver Screen Report.
For this week's Kids in the Hall, we asked students why keeping up with the news is important.
Then you can know what's going on and, see how it affects your area.
Be in society, to be a part of what's going on and be a part of, to understand what's going on and to understand how you can help out.
Be making decisions like that at some point, like voting for presidency. We'll be doing that. And there's people going into law, and it's important. It's just important to know all of it.
If you're taking Latin like I do and you talk about random political stuff, it helps to be informed, and I think it just makes you a better person in general.
Monday afternoon, students met in room 227 to prepare for the Model UN conference in March, where they will debate current issues of foreign countries. Here's Solomon Dix with more.
Model UN members sat on the edge of their seats this Monday in anticipation for news about their state conference in March.
Model UN is a club that we have here at Dutch Fork High School where we come together and we debate world issues. So we represent several countries and look at the topics that are controversial going on right now in the world.
I joined it because I was in it a few years ago, and I really like the fact that you can debate from the other perspective and also understand more about other countries.
Representing several countries, students of different backgrounds prepare to debate controversial global issues.
Each person in our club has been assigned a country that they're interested in. Some of them are doing multiple countries. So we're building kind of packets of basic demographics for those countries. And then now what we're doing is preparing for conference. And we are going to choose specifically 2 countries that we can take to conference and we can debate about.
We're preparing by now, today, we're going to start writing. So we're going to use all the research that we've gathered from the beginning of the year till now, and we're going to make a debate on different topics that we've chosen.
Model UN not only helps with improving debating skills, but teaches an understanding of different cultures.
You have to understand that, especially if you're a senior, you're going to college and there's going to be a lot of different people from different backgrounds, and to understand, why someone thinks the way they do, and then have an ability to basically argue, if you could, with getting them to understand where you're coming from.
As technology grows, the world's becoming smaller, and we need to be aware of how and what we do impacts other people in the world.
If you are interested in joining Model UN, see club sponsor Karen McMillan in room 227 for more information. This has been Solomon Dix with your Silver Screen Report.
The SAT word of the week is accord, a noun meaning an agreement.
The School of Choice application window closes today. Dutch Fork's Choice Magnet program is STEM. Here's India Wright with the Inside Scoop.
Students join STEM for a variety of reasons.
Because since I was little, I've always wanted to be an engineer. I like learning about how things work. So I like to, take a pen apart and put it back together, or a toy car. I was doing that when I was little, and I kind of knew that I wanted to be part of the design team. And I figured that since I had strengths in science and mathematics, I was able to go into a program which might challenge me a little more.
I've always had an interest in engineering or math. So I decided that'd be a really good opportunity just to kind of broaden my base in science, technology, engineering, mathematics.
I joined STEM because my brother was previously in STEM, and I thought it was a good way it was something that I could put on my college applications for whenever I applied to college, and it would challenge me.
This is the last chance to get applications in for STEM.
In 8th grade, in the Lexington, Richland 5 districts, they send out these applications to pretty much all the kids in 8th grade, and they say if you want to go into a magnet program that might be a little more difficult, you can choose to apply. You have to get recommendations from your teachers, and you have to write an essay explaining why you want to join. And then they'll go through an application process where they pick people who are suitable for the program.
You can apply online, just make sure it's your first choice whenever the application's open.
An honors academic magnet program. It is application based, so you have to qualify. And in that small learning community of that STEM environment, we're allowed to go much further in depth in the curriculum, offer some experiences that aren't offered in the normal traditional curriculum.
Coming into STEM can be difficult if you don't know how to plan ahead.
You need to learn how to take everything with a grain of salt and just focus on what's ahead and not on what's happened before. So you need to be able to move forward.
Don't be intimidated by it. It's hard, but it's not as bad as everyone else says it is if you put in the work. So it's important to be focused, manage your time well, but also don't be afraid to join.
I tell them to study because it's difficult, and don't be afraid to ask teachers for help and additionally other students.
Applications started Monday, January 22nd and are available through February 2nd. You can access them on the school website. This has been India Wright with your Silver Screen Report.
With students signing up for classes for next year, Bailey Hunter looks into Studio Concentration's art class.
Students freely work on their art in Studio Concentrations, an advanced art class available to 2D and 3D students.
It's really important that we have this class as one of the offerings for art students because it really lets them take what they already are good at even further. Like in that class, you have a whole lot more freedom to push your creativity. You get access to a whole lot nicer supplies, some more expensive fine artist materials that maybe you wouldn't have access to otherwise.
It's probably getting to make your pieces how you want to and deciding how you want to make your concentration instead of having the teacher tell you what to do.
Well, we create thumbnails, which is like getting your idea out on a piece of paper. And then we figure out ways we could build it in mixed media, clay, or metal, however you want to make it.
The independence and openness of the class is favorable to students.
If you're planning on pursuing something in the arts, you want to take more of the advanced classes, and so this kind of helps you get in the range of a more professional look at art.
Well, you get to work with a bunch of different mediums, so ceramics, cardboard. I'm working with mannequin parts right now, and so you get to just explore a bunch of different subjects and mediums.
I just really like how over time, because the class is a year-long thing, you really get to identify people's styles. Like when we hang up artwork for critique, even if their name's not on it, you start to recognize people's artwork, and it's just really cool that over, the course of a year, you can really see a personal style develop. So that's really fun to watch and encourage.
Studio concentration students say that others should sign up if they want to grow as an artist. The application deadline is February 21st.
It allows for a lot of growth, and since it's self-led, you get to explore your own ideas the way that you want to.
I am especially encouraging towards kids that maybe are a little self-conscious or don't think that they're as good as somebody else, because that class is really not about comparing yourself with other people. It's about seeing how much you can grow. So I would encourage anybody who's at all interested to at least audition and see. It's just a wonderful experience, and it becomes like a little family by the end of the year. So I would love for everybody to have a chance to try it.
This has been Bailey Hunter with your Silver Screen Report.
Junior Grace Wisman devotes much of her free time to caring for her horse, BB. Todd Whittington introduces us to the duo.
For the past 2 years, BB has been an integral part of Junior Grace Wisman's life.
I've always loved horses since I was little. BB's meant so much to me in my life. Like, if I didn't have BB, I feel like I wouldn't have anything. BB is more of a partnership. Actually, it's more of a friendship than it is ownership. I didn't just buy BB or get BB. I don't even like to use the word buy because I just wanted to ride her and compete with her. I wanted us to have a relationship together, and I wanted us to grow in that relationship.
Grace experienced adversity in her love for horses as a young trainer.
Whenever I got BB, I knew that she was the horse for me. I knew that God was supposed to give me BB, and we bonded from that moment. People didn't believe in me. They saw I was inexperienced. I've only worked with horses for 2 years previously, but I've always loved horses. I've always loved horses. It wasn't just I'm a kid, I want a horse. It's I want to do this for my life. This is what I want to do as my every day. I want to wake up every day and I want to be with horses, and I want to work with them. I work with kids. I want to help. The day I met her, no one believed in her. Seriously, the lady who I got her from, who actually rescued BB, told me that she was going to be nothing, that she was a pasture ornament. And then when I met her, she just stood there and put the halter on her and didn't move. And I just knew in that moment that BB was the horse that God wanted me to have. One more, come on. My family believed in me. They encouraged me to do more stuff with BB, and they kept me persistent. They told me, Grace, you can do this. They believed in me.
She sees a bright future for both her and BB.
Well, actually, what I want to do with horses when I get older is I want to own an equine therapy center. And I want kids to come out and experience what a true relationship with a horse can do, like foster kids or kids with disabilities. Because I've seen what can come of people who truly see what a horse can do, and they really do help. Horses, they understand people better than I think people actually really understand that they do. They sense your emotions. They bounce off who you are, and they really try to help. If you're sad, they will help. They are very loving and respectful creatures.
This has been Todd Whittington with your Silver Screen Report.
Last Saturday, the annual Be a Fan 5K race filled the atmosphere with cheers as runners from all ability levels crossed the finish line. Here's Maria Silva with more.
The annual Dutch Fork Be a Fan 5K serves as a fundraiser for the Special Needs Department.
It is a fundraiser, a way to try to raise money for the special needs in the District 5. We just want people to be aware, and that by coming out here and doing it, it's fun, and we get people to be able to help out where that's needed in the schools.
I love that it goes to a good cause and everybody participates.
It helps bring awareness to special needs kids, and it's also a great way to get the community involved.
In bringing awareness to the cause, money is raised to purchase equipment necessary for the special needs students.
Anything that they need, because some of our students need special equipment. It's different as each student comes through, it changes. So it's always hard to predict what's going to be needed.
I don't think we support the cause enough, honestly, and I'm glad that we finally did something.
There are numerous motives for people to participate in the race, from volunteering to running.
I'm a part of Beta Club, and this was a service project that we decided to be a part of, and I enjoy running. I love watching people run and motivating them.
It gets stressful just before the race, but on the race day, it's fun to see the excitement, the energy, everyone coming out and supporting our special needs students, and it's just good to see the camaraderie of everybody coming together to do that.
This has been Mauricio with the Silver Report.
And now for some announcements. In honor of next Friday's basketball game against Irmo, next week is Spirit Week. Monday is Stoplight Day. Wear red if you're in a relationship, yellow if it's complicated, and green if you're single. Tuesday is Family Day. Wednesday is Biker versus Hiker Day. Thursday is Olympic Day, and Friday is Jersey Day. Now here's Maddie with more.
Thanks, Kylie. The Alive at 25 makeup class has been rescheduled for next Wednesday from 4:30 until 8:30 p.m. See Kelly Payne in room 230 for more information. The Literary Magazine staff meets Thursday afternoon from 3:45 until 4:15 in room 252. The staff is open to anyone interested in art, graphic design, photography, and writing. See Medlock Green in room 252 for more information. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.